All right, man, we're playing the opening intro now. About to go live here on the radio. I know this is pre-recorded. If you enjoy this segment, go search Clay Edwards Show and download and listen to the whole podcast. We're live every morning, 7 a.m. in Jackson, Mississippi on 103.9 WYAB, and we're streaming worldwide at WYAB.com and on the TuneIn app. Here we go. Good morning, Jackson, Mississippi, and all surrounding areas. You've tuned in to the free-range human show of choice, your daily dose of reality radio. It starts now. This is Clay Edwards, and of course, this is the Clay Edwards Show. I am live here at the Cotton Exchange Plaza out in Flora, Mississippi. Man, beautiful day this morning. Traffic was a little thick coming in. I left the house about 5 minutes later than normal, and that is a big difference when it comes to getting on the interstate traffic-wise. It's amazing how the traffic flows work anywhere, but I come westbound down I-20 coming from Brandon into Jackson and so on and so forth. It was thick through coming in through Pearl this morning. But look, good morning out there. We got a big show today. I think we're going to discuss one of the most important things I've ever discussed on this show. And look, global geopolitics is not necessarily my strong point, but I know something is important when I see headlines and tweets coming out that Joe Biden may seek to declare a national climate emergency this week. Frankly, I heard it could be as early as today, but by the end of the week is necessary. By the end of the week, at worst, not if necessary. We're going to get to all that, and it looks like he's getting ready to cut the spout off on fuel, on fossil fuels and oils coming in and out of America. So it is, we've been telling you, hope you're prepared. None of us are as prepared as we want to be, but it is, if he's able to follow through with this, and the House or the Senate or whomever up there that can veto this kind of nonsense doesn't do it, we're screwed. I mean, I know I'm supposed to be all happy, joy. Y'all go spend money, support local economies, support local businesses, and by all means, don't never stop doing that. But this is bad, and we're going to get to all that. The Mac Hike of Flowwood phone line is 601-879-0002. That's Mac Hike of Flowwood, located right out there at 4000 Lakeland Drive, right there at Airport Road. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, and a ton of great used cars. Go see my good friends Corey McDonald, Abe Morris, Brendan, Parker, and Hunter. That is your management team, great sales team. They're all out there. But if you want to call into the show, the phone number is 601-879-0002. And the Guns and Gear text line, 769-241-1944. You can text me 24 hours a day at that number. It doesn't have to just be during the show, but if you text during the show, I will read your text on the air as long as it resembles the English language. Punctuation matters, my friends. Punctuation matters. And I know I'm not one to talk about anybody else's punctuation or lack thereof, because I am English. Proper punctuation is not my strong point either. But after reading other people's text without it, it's like, okay, maybe I should focus more on proper punctuation. All right, before we get into the Biden stuff, I want to throw this out there. They tore the old Dennery's building down yesterday. Look, I hate to see it go, glad to see it go simultaneously, right? It's if it's not going to be Dennery's anymore, it's nothing. It's just a big empty building. A lot of memories there. I think the very first time I had veal cutlets was right around that time. And my mom tells a great story about taking us there as kids, and I didn't think I was dressed up enough to go in there, and I threw a fit. I'll have to get her to call in sometime and tell her the Dennery story, because she remembers it more than I do. My wife was reminding me of it last night. I thought it was funny. But we got pictures of it being torn down on the Save Jackson Facebook page. We beat all the local news channels to the punch again. You know, look, if you're not following the Save Jackson Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and you like to keep up with the shenanigans going on around here, and you like the way I present things, I pull no punches online. I had to pull some punches on radio because of certain things I can't say. I pulleth no punches on the interwebs. So just go type in Save JXN or whatever social media channel you follow. Of course, I'm on YouTube as well. I upload this show in video format, sometimes with a video of me. What I typically do is I record the first segment. Like I've got it recording now on my phone. I'll upload the first segment and then I direct people to go listen to the podcast and whatnot. So I'm trying to upload more content. I'm trying to sparse this content up and make it as digestible and easy to access as I possibly can. Just go search Save JXN. That's Save Jackson, or search my name and it should populate also, Clay Edwards. All right, but the Dennery's is torn down. That's the moral of my story here. Dennery's is torn down and Mayflower is up for sale. It's been around 80 some odd years. It's seen a lot of changes downtown and just got me to thinking. And this is going to be our question of the day. I want y'all to text me with your answers today. And if you want to call in after the first segment, that's fine too. The Guns and Gear text line is 769-241-1944. What is your favorite Jackson restaurant that's no longer open? Like what restaurant, and I say Jackson, I mean Central Mississippi. It could have been in Pearl, Brandon, North, Madison, wherever. And maybe it's something a little further off the beaten path that we don't all know about. Maybe it was this one gas station that has some really great fried chicken that's no longer around. Whatever you consider the best. We went out to the Gathering for lunch yesterday, the radio crew did here. And I must say it, I don't know if it was the best fried chicken I've ever had because we have so much great fried chicken around here. But I can't think of any fried chicken that was better than what I had yesterday out at the Gathering at Livingston, there in Florida, Madison, wherever it's technically at. If you know where it's at, you know where it's at. They're one of the advertisers here on the station. I believe they sponsor Kim's show. But free plug here, best, as good or better than any fried chicken I've ever had in my life. I got the Nashville style. My goodness, that was good. Thank you to Matt, the station owner, for taking us to lunch. I really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed the fellowship with my fellow cohorts up here yesterday. So if you're in the Madison, Florida, Gluckstadt area, and you're looking for somewhere great to grab lunch today, the Gathering it made the list. If it ever closes down, I'll be doing a show about, man, I sure miss the Gathering's fried chicken, like I miss Dennery's veal cutlets. But anyway, let me know, what's your favorite restaurant that's no longer open? I loved the Hill growing up. That was really good. Places like that. The Hill, the Elite's gone. And there's so many more. Green Derby was always, it wasn't just the greatest restaurant, but it had a lot of great childhood memories there growing up in South Jackson. There were some South Jackson restaurants as well. Anyway, we got an hour today. I don't want to bog it all down talking about my food experiences. That's not what y'all listen to me for. But I mean, look, I like to eat. Your boy likes to eat. And I like talking about food. So you're welcome to call in with any of that as well. Let's see here, man. On my news, let's see. I was talking. I had dinner with some friends last night. My buddy, my buddy Mason, and our friend Chris. We meet about once every other week or so and grab dinner and just kind of chop it up, about what's going on, discuss business, life, that whole 9 yards. And found out one of my buddies. Well, I won't go there. I don't know if he wants that public. But anyway, we were just we had a good dinner last night. It's good to talk to folks, and I recommend that, man. If you're ever going through a tough time, man, pick up that phone and just call your friends, sit down and chop it up, man. It'll take a weight of the world off your shoulders, man. Just knowing that you got somebody to listen to you. That it really is important. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm some nutcase right now, and I'm not saying any of them are, but I think it's very therapeutic to be able to have some people you can sit down with and talk to, and know that everybody's going through different things. You're not alone in any of these battles you may be fighting internally. So it's good to sit down and chop it up with your boys. So, but one of the things we talked about was this climate stuff, because we're going to get to that here in the next segment, the Joe Biden climate emergency executive order that's coming down this week. And I said, you know, man, I don't mean to sound like I don't care, but I don't know any other way to say it. I'm only worried about, you know, Earth's climate and whatnot in 100-year spans. Technology will evolve like it always has, and the climate will be just fine. I'm not a climate change person. I believe climate changes. It goes through ebbs and flows. You know, they called it global warming for years, and then we had record-breaking winters, and people called them out on it. And so they said, oh, well, we'll just change the name. Now it's climate change. I get it, man. The climate changes, but man, humans are such a small little parcel of what goes on here that we're not making a difference. I mean, we're not making a lick of difference. Not all these cars, not all this stuff. If the ozone layer, remember that thing? They used to talk about that all the time, the ozone layer. If that made it through the industrial age, when they were pumping everything into the atmosphere with no filters, no give a damn, no nothing. They were, you know, we still have drinking water. I was told we weren't going to have drinking water. I mean, y'all remember, Miami is supposed to be underwater by now. It is not supposed to even exist. That whole part of Florida is supposed to be underwater now. Meanwhile, the wealthiest people in the world, they keep telling you that Miami was supposed to be underwater years ago, buying condos and houses down there. Climate change it's another racket. It's right up there with COVID, and they have figured out a way to tie climate change and COVID together for a scam. And look, and Jameson's much better at discussing the nuts and bolts of all this than I am, but I can look at it from a 30,000 foot view and tell you I smell something funny. Something ain't right. That's what they're doing. So whenever these people start talking about climate change, you just give them the middle finger. Tell them to F off. That's what we're going to do. Go about breaking rules when necessary. I think that is a quite necessary time right there, is when they start hollering about climate change. I don't care. I'm just going to be 100% honest with you. I do not care. If I can save some gas, I like a Tesla, whatever, it's probably a good fit for me. I'm not spending $60,000 up on a car. I'm not doing it. Paid $4,500 for the car I'm driving right now. And if it tears up, that's gonna be about my same budget for the next car I drive. You know, under 10 grand anyway. I don't care how many miles it has on it. You know, I'm hoping I can drive this car for a while longer. 200,000 miles on it. And if I can get another 100,000 miles, the little bit of driving I do, that may take me 10 years. I mean, you put a few miles on it coming back and forth from Florida, but anyway, all right, man. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a break real quick. We're gonna come back and I'm gonna dive into this Joe Biden climate emergency executive order that is expected to come down today or by the end of the week. You're listening to the Clay Edwards Show. We'll be right back on 103.9 WYAB. All right, guys, that's the first segment there. I didn't get into a whole lot geo-national political stuff. I'm going to save that for the second segment. You'll be able to listen to it on the whole podcast. But if you like my style, you like what I do here, would love for you to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share this video with people. We talk about old Jackson stuff, current Jackson stuff, and national stuff when necessary. This is the Clay Edwards Show on 103.9 WYAB. You can go to my website, clayedwardsshow.com, and hopefully I've earned a new listener today, or hopefully I've earned your subscription here on YouTube or whatever other outlet you are listening on. Peace.